What's going on YouTube? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin, and we're also going to get into some altcoins as well. But first of all, the main thing that I want to talk to you about, what I've been studying up on right now, is market tops and distribution phases. I don't believe we're there yet, and that's just still my opinion, guys. Anything can happen in this market. You know, it's a manipulated, whale-driven market, so anything can happen. But in my opinion, we still at least have one more big leg to the upside. And what I've been doing is really paying attention and reading about these distribution tops and trying to find out if we're there yet. And many times what you'll notice is that these tops are marked with that climax volume, just that blow off top where price can really increase in the last week or two. And that's that euphoria stage. And I just don't see that yet. So that's something that I did want to point out to you guys, but I wanted to share this with you. This is a new book that I got. It's by Fred McAllen. It's called Charting and Technical Analysis, and this is about distribution tops. Like we said, we've been studying about this, so I wanted to read it to you. The third phase is the distribution phase. This phase is the one that seems to always catch investors and traders unaware. The market has been advancing in the primary trend, and many think it will continue to move higher. But take another look at the chart. Dow correctly named this phase because of the trading activity going on during this phase. Remember the smart money buyers who were accumulating during the accumulation phase, buying while there was blood in the streets. They are the ones selling in the distribution phase. The investors and traders that are often caught unaware are the ones normally doing all the buying during the distribution phase, buying from the smart money investors and traders. Some say it's harder to call a market top than it is to call a market bottom, and I do believe that. I believe it's harder to call a market top than it is a bottom. That is somewhat true, but a market top always has certain characteristics, that can be recognized. Market tops form after a long advance. The market seems to get tired and stops advancing and begins to move sideways. The market stops making new highs. It no longer has the momentum to push higher, so it starts trading sideways, and then it begins to roll over. And here's where it gets very important to pay attention, and I love looking at volume. Volume dries up. We will discuss trading volume later in the chapters, but at market tops, the heavier volume trading days are the days when the market is selling off, closing lower. On days when the market moves back up, the volume is light or dries up. This tells you that the big money is not buying. They may not be selling, but they aren't buying. They are waiting for the opportune time to sell. So I wanted to point that out there as we're looking here, guys. And you know, a lot of people, when you look at like the stock to flow and everything, it shows that we potentially could have a Bitcoin top in September. And if everybody's thinking around September, October, that range, I'm a little bit more conservative. I like to look May, June, July, see what's really happening if we do get this next leg up for Bitcoin. So when we're looking at Bitcoin here, the main thing we're going to have to do now is roughly get through first. It's going to be 58,508. And that's going to be our previous higher high that we just barely made it up above there, and that was $62,090. So that's what we need to crack. Those are the next two overhead resistances, but we need to make that next higher high, because if we just start moving sideways there and we just start rolling over and we're not getting that buying pressure, then that'll show most likely 62,000 or so could have been the top. My opinion, I don't think we're in yet. I think we would get one more big explosive. Remember, I told you guys, I don't like to make predictions because this market's so unpredictable. But I said I believe the top for Bitcoin would be anywhere from about $75,000 up to around $100,000. And that would be performing as I believe it will perform. Underperformance would be that $62,000. Overperformance, I believe we could see $125,000 to $150,000. That's kind of the ranges that I've been looking at. But this next leg that we get, okay, say we do get it up to 85,000, 90,000, something along those lines. Once we really get moving again to the upside, that's what I'm going to be looking and seeing if we're in that distribution phase. Now, typically one thing I want to point out here, the rise. So that was 141%. This over here, this was 102%. Right here we had roughly about 48%. So say this area here, we've just found our bottom and we go up from this area, and we'll be conservative. So we had 141%, we had 102%, we had 45%. So let's go up around, we'll say about 80, somewhere right in that range. And that would put us close to that 100,000, that 101,000, right in that range, if we can get that to the upside here. But the main thing is just finding this area right here, because it's all about an uptrends, higher highs and higher lows. And you can see higher low, you just keep working up higher low. We want to keep that higher low, go up there and get that higher high. See this market continue to advance. So we're looking at that. Now, if we do have a downside break, I'd look roughly to about 46,000 for support, then it'd be to around $40,000 for support. And also, guys, if you like how I break things down here and look at price action and, not try to be sensational on you guys about price action in terms of where Bitcoin may go, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Let me know down low what you're doing and what you think the top will be for Bitcoin. Do you think it'll be around that 100,000? Do you think we're going to overperform 150, 200? I know some people say 300,000 to 500,000 on a blow off top when we really get extended. We'll have to see, but I would love to hear your opinion down low. And also for tomorrow, put down low, whatever gets the most votes, we're going to do five altcoins that you would like to cover tomorrow. So whatever gets the most votes, the 5 that get the most votes, we'll do those for tomorrow as well. Because today I really want to focus on Bitcoin. We're going to get into coin market cap and look at some of the altcoins and the volume and everything. But I really wanted to pay attention to Bitcoin right now. And the next thing I wanted to show you was the actual technicals here for Bitcoin. And this is going to be on TradingView Pro. And on the 1 day, we have a 4 sell, a 10 neutral, and a 12 buy. Our oscillator is very neutral here, 2 sell, 9 neutral, and a 0 buy. Moving average is 2 sell, 1 neutral, and a 12 buy. So if we work our way down, our momentum is going to be a sell now. Our MACD level is going to be a sell, and basically everything else is going to be a neutral. Our relative strength, our stock, all that type of stuff. So what's nice, and why I do believe we could have another leg up in the next week or so, why we really could get another big leg to the upside, we're not in that overbought condition where it's 53 right now. We can get up to 80 or 90 many times before we start that correction again. Okay, so we have room to do what we need to do if the buyers step in at this area. Now what you're seeing in the shorter term, we're having those sell signals on the 10, simple moving average and exponential, and then the rest is going to be a buy. So our 20 all the way to our 200. And that's what I always like to do too. If we step back out here and we'll turn on the moving averages. So we actually closed below the 20 EMA yesterday, so we're fighting to close back up above that today. That's going to be important. If we lose that, we're going to look down to the 50, and that's going to be at that round number, that psychological number of $50,000 is what we're going to be looking for. But you can see we're still trading up above the 50, the 100, and the 200. Many times for bear markets too, you'll want to pay attention. Once we really start dropping below that 50 and then that 200 moving average, that can start marking it for you, and we're not there yet. Typically when we get these corrections, they'd be back onto the 50 many times. Okay, so that's not uncommon to see that. So even if we went back to that 50, we just have to try to find some support in that area. But like my man Fred was talking about there, whenever you see those big pushes down, was it on heavy volume? We're moving up, was it on lighter volume? Moving down, was it heavier volume? And then moving up, was it lighter volume? And what we're trying to do is break through that 58,508. Now, if we get into coin market cap, there's a few I want to go over here. So you can see Ethereum just more so moving sideways right now. We've been at 1,791. And I do believe this is one, guys, once it takes off, it's going to get explosive. I know it's been almost like a stable coin for quite a while, but I think if we have some patience, it could really do something special here in the weeks and months to come. So I'm still watching Ethereum very tightly there. Cardano's at $1.42 right now. Binance coin doing great at $2.64. Wanted to point out to you here, we got Litecoin at $2.02, Chainlink at $29.65. Wanted to point out Theta. Take a look at Theta. All right, so Theta right now, guys, we're at $13.56. Take a look at this chart. I mean, that has just been explosive moves. Absolutely explosive moves. The volume right now is up 123%. Market cap's at over $13 billion for Theta right now. So that is something special. Let's bounce back out. Take a look here. You know what, guys? I'm sorry. My chart was actually messing up there. I don't know why it was frozen on me. So let's go back through that quick. So Ethereum's going to be at 1,722. Got Binance coin around 260. Cardano at 116 right now. We have Theta at that $13.64. Litecoin at 190. Chainlink at 27.82. Want to see Stellar picking it up as well. And what I always like to pay attention to is the Bitcoin dominance. So right now we're at 59.8. It's nice to see it going down a little bit here. Want to see that money kind of funneling from Bitcoin here pretty soon into Ethereum, and then it goes to larger caps and then into those smaller caps, and that's typically how the money flow works. But right now the global total market cap's at $1.74 trillion. We're down about 2.70%. So I want to point that out to you today. So let me know the 5 altcoins you want to cover tomorrow, and we'll get in depth with them. We'll really do some good technical analysis on them, guys. So let me know. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. God bless you all.